Just a quick glimpse. This tells you fall's in the air. Fall crocus. In the spring they have big leaves, very big leaves, about 12 inches long, fat. Then they die off, and then in the fall, these crocus come out. Okay, today we're going to try to lift that wall up just a little bit to take the weight off of it. So over here where the camera is, we can take this door out and lift that wall up so we can get the support changed, get the floor changed and that kind of stuff, so we can get rid of the rot. Along here we need to get this leveled out so we know just where we need to be. And they have shims in here, and I think their level was off when they did this, because we are climbing and we shouldn't be climbing. So anyway, let's get at her. So here we're trying to take out the shims that are underneath the sill plate that's on that wall that's clear underneath the house, and trying to figure out where we need to start to get our levels where they need to be. Here I decided to knock out that old sill plate because it wasn't treated lumber anyway, and stick a new sill plate in. That way it's easy enough to pop them shims out of there. And of course Roy is taking down the old deck work, and I'm pulling it and throwing it in the garbage. Our trailer we have sitting out there, and just getting things out of our way. Here I have a real bright LED light. I don't remember how bright it is, but even with the daylight you still need extra light so you can see better. And it doesn't seem like it's putting out that much, but it puts out a lot more than the other LEDs or the fluorescent that was up there. Okay, just letting you know, behind me we usually have that fan running all the time. Hello, Roy. We usually have that fan running all the time to keep the dust moving. We don't want it lingering in here, so we have to breathe it. Otherwise, yeah, we would be wearing respirators because it gets so bad. A normal room, if you're working in like this, it's nice to put a box fan in the window and have it drawn out, and make sure you have another window somewhere that lets the air in so you can filter that air. So anyway, what we're doing right now is this floor here. It's jacked all different ways. It's not level or anything else. And so down here we're gonna take that 4x4 out that's holding up part of the floor. There's another one this way that's hanging loose, and we're going to level the floor from the foundation that way, because our floor joists here are not setting down where they should be according to our level. And to tell you the truth, why we're using a level on this house,
because we're crazy.
I don't know. This board I'm going to show you, it's termite damage. I'm picking out the sawdust out of the holes, just giving you a quick look at what's underneath there. Here we're going to add the 2x10s because we got the old furnace box out of there that used to be the splitter, and we're going to knock this 2x10 underneath that wall for that extra support, because like I say, they did cut them out and that wasn't a good thing, but they got paid. Come on with us underneath the house, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, let's take you a tour of under the house. Show the way, Roy.
This way to Hades.
Oh dear. This thing sealed up. Sorry about the jerking around, but that's the way it's gonna go. Oh. Okay. So as you can see, I'm standing on this dirt, and it drops off down to there. Because at one time, I'll show you the wall, but they were kind of making a basement here. Oh my God. Oops. Okay. So, right there is the cement wall they kind of made. You made that cement wall?
Yes, I did, because the foundation had cracked and dropped there.
Oh.
So I had to jack it back up, build a retaining wall there, and then fill it with cement. Because their dog had dug underneath of it, and then they filled it up with trash. During the winter, when this fills up with water, all that trash washed out, and so this foundation had no support, so it broke and dropped. So I jacked it back up, put pipes in there, built a wall there, and then filled it with cement to hold that part of the foundation up. You can see here what that wall was doing. This is starting to drop off too.
Right over there.
Including right there. See my shadow? Right there. That's all starting to erode.
Look at that mole. He
Over
came through
here.
and fell in here.
It's eroding off.
So this dirt wall that he's talking about, we're planning on pulling some of that down to make it level so it's not just eroding. And yes, you see a faucet there. We took that out so you get the siding on, and we still have to put that back in. But over here, anyway, oh, you go back over that way back when I was lucky to be a teen, I guess. That used to be a stairway down to get into here. And since then, someone took and boarded up the floor, so it's a room now, which is the best thing in the world, because that was a kind of a dumb idea to dig underneath the house and not properly support it. And this is the wall that you could never get into. Never understood what was in there. Well, now we know what's in there.
$10,000.
Yeah, $10,000, all those gold coins we found. And this did have the furnace, which you can see the old furnace pipe laying there. Well, when Roy got the place, most of them were either laying on the ground, open to the underneath of the house or whatever, and he had to come in here and add more, I think, and brace them up.
I replaced it, hung them all up, and obviously that system don't work, so we're getting rid of it.
Yeah, so we got rid of it. Here's the old chimney.
And the plenum for the furnace was right behind it.
Plenum was right here, which we had to take out. Here's the propane pipes that went to the furnace. Oops. Get that locked up. Anyway, this here is the one that used to go to the kitchen stove, which got rid of the kitchen stove. And now we have electric over here. And Roy dearly loves electric because it heats up the water now instead of waiting, an hour or two to heat up water just for coffee or noodles or whatever you're going to cook. So anyway, this is just a quick tour of what it looks like, the better part of the house of where we can crawl and sit up in. The worst part, oh, is back over there. I can't see, but there you can see we still have pipes to get rid of. The heat pipes and that kind of stuff. Ducking, I guess they call it. And we've got a lot of work to do underneath here. This here, we're planning on, we have a wall right above me, which is fallen down, or it's settled down about an inch. And okay, 2.5, 3 inches. And what we're gonna do is add some more floor joists up here because they were chopped out because of the furnace and the chimney and whatnot. We're gonna continue them over here so we have something good to jack on, such as this beam here. I'm not saying the beam's good, but this is what we're gonna set it on, and we're gonna jack that back up into place.
Actually, that is a good beam.
Well, it looks awful. I don't know why it didn't have termites, but it don't, that I can see of. Anyway, we're gonna get the floor joists in here so we have something to jack up to, get it level, and that's what's gonna make it easier to go up above and put a temporary support to hold the ceiling joists that run back and forth, so we can take out the wall where the door is, because I'll show you later, but the floor joist that's on the outside of the wall is crunched down. It's so rotten, and I think it's about an inch of a crunch downward compared to the normal 2x10 that's supposed to be there. So we're going to replace that too. So anyway, that's just a quick look at our lives of what we're trying to do here.
This is what happens when you call tails on a double-headed coin.
So first we're going to check out the level of where the beams are right now, or the floor joists, and see where it is for sure we need to lift up, because you don't want to lift up all in one spot, because all you're going to do is sink your jack down into the dirt and may never get it back out. Of course, you want to use heavy pieces of timber to jack on, especially if you're in a very wet area. And underneath this house, for some odd reason, it is really damp because it hadn't really rained that much, and what rain we did have shouldn't have affected what's underneath here right now. So Roy's pulling out the debris, or also the furnace ducting, because that's not needed and we need to be able to see better and just clean the place up underneath there. So Roy's pulling out the debris, or also the furnace ducting, because that's not needed and we need. So for making it easy to walk across these joists, I'm going to set these boards across the joists and try to make sure the ends are sitting on a joist, but where they're are not able to sit on a joist, I do have them sitting on the subfloor, but still, you need to pay attention where you're walking. So here I'm setting floor joists in, and that's approximately the 4-foot mark from the outside wall to there. So that way we don't have to cut the plywood, we can just stick it in there. And we still have to cut out the subfloor off to the left, but we're not ready to do that until we're ready to take the wall out, because you want it easy for your dog, sorry about that, for your dog to go outside and go potty without having to worry about falling through the floor joists. today. It's hot and you get sweaty outside. Underneath the house it's nice and cool, but it's just dirty and nasty. Anyway, as you saw, we got these floor joists in. We're kind of ready to start taking out this wall. We need to jack it up along the ceiling because this is the way our ceiling joists go. And so this is going to be another day where we have 1 to 2 days together instead of doing other errands and things. So anyway, we think we have it level. Got this corner fixed so it's back up where it should be. So once we get this wall done, we can get the plywood in and get this floor finished enough so we don't have to worry about Teddy falling through the floor joists. So anyway, until next time, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe.